I don't want this little heifer telling me what to do. I don't want her making me look after my mother. I have this life that I don't want to interrupt by caregiving for my mother. You do it. You decided to give up your life, so you give up your life. Don't expect anything from me. You, Fronten'a, I think that you are going to be getting more. So then therefore, you take care of her. You take care of my mother. You take care of my grandmother. I'm not going to do a fucking thing. She's giving you some of the assets. In my opinion, she's giving you more of the assets. So you do everything. And I'm not going to even act like she even is existing. Not only am I not going to caregive for her a single day, and I resent you. Oh, I resent you so much. How dare you drop off my mama at my house against my will when I told you, and I quote, don't you bring her over here. How dare you bring her over here anyway? How dare you force me to give you... Yeah, hey. That was one more thing that I wanted to talk about. I filmed an update today, a sobriety update. I'm 74 days past due. What? I'm 74 days sober today, and I just filmed that video talking about what it feels like today on the 74th day, especially while I'm preparing to bury my grandmother, and all the stuff that's coming along with that stuff, such as doing her nails, because I'm not going to let my grandmother be sent off without a beautiful set of nails. That was her thing. But anyway, so I've been talking a lot, I've been writing a lot about 2024 being the year of truth exposure and vindication, and just like the truth teller is going to finally get an opportunity to be seen as someone who is here just to tell the truth, versus all the other things that people try to say truth tellers are. They messy, they're confrontational, they like mess, they like drama, they like to start things, they like to this and that. No, the truth teller just likes for everybody to sit in their truth. And one of the truths that I've kind of realized along the sobriety journey, as well as the caregiving journey for my grandmother, was that people would much rather tell an easy lie than tell a hard truth. And I think everybody's guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. Here's what I mean. A little white lie, if you will. A lie is a lie, just so we're clear. And I'm not saying that I'm above anybody else because I told a white lie versus a big lie, but a lie is still a lie at the end of the day. But the lie that, like a white lie. So let's say, you know, you went on a girls' weekend with your girls, your sisters, your cousins, whomever, your people, and you're out of town, you're having the best time, and you're supposed to leave today. Let's say it's Sunday. You need to leave at 1 o'clock to make your flight at 3 or 4 so that you can be back in town on time to be to work on Monday. But you guys are having the best of best times. Nobody else is leaving. It's just you, because you have to be back at work on Monday, but you really want to stay another day. It is easier to call your job and say, ooh, oh, I got the chills and the body aches and all of the things. I don't feel well. I feel so yucky. I feel terrible. I'm going to have to call out today. It's easier to say that because that's an easy lie. It's easier to say the easy lie than it is to say the hard truth, which is, hey, listen, I know I have a responsibility there at the job. I know that I'm supposed to be showing up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to do the things that you hired me to do, but I'm with my crew, I'm with my girls, I'm with my whomever, my people, my village, whatever you call your posse, whatever the case may be. I just told my age, I'm 45, so posse. But anyways, you're with your people, and I'm with my people today, and I really want to stay another day. We're still having a great time. Nobody else is leaving early but me, and I really want to spend this time with them. And I'm a little bit of FOMO. They're going to go have, this great Belgian waffle breakfast tomorrow morning that I really want to be a part of. So I'm not going to be coming in. One of those could potentially have a harder set of consequences attached to them, right? Telling your boss straight up, I'm not coming in tomorrow because I want to still hang out with my people, is going to have a harsher reception of the information than saying, I feel sick, I don't feel well, I've got body aches. Anybody who has compassion doesn't want you to have to come in sick. And then on top of that, we really don't want you bringing that in here and making everybody else sick. So yeah, saying that is going to possibly get you off scot-free and get you a paid day off with no consequence, right? It's easier to tell a very easy lie than it is to tell a hard truth. Here's a hard truth that I wish my family would just say. We didn't help you caregive for grandmother because, for one, we don't like the fact that you tried to tell us what to do. You tried to force us to help. You tried to make us help. We didn't want to help. No one's going to say that because it makes you look like a shitty person to say. And this is what that translates to. Yes, that's my mother who's loved and looked after me. This is for my aunt. My mom, their relationship was a little bit different. I don't know their dynamics. I've never really seen it head on. They've always been very distant from one another, but I've seen both of them just have a very distant relationship. But my mom, my aunt and my grandmother, yes, my mother's been there for me my entire life. Yes, my mother has given me any and everything I've ever needed. Yes, my mother has favored me over a lot of other people. But I don't want you, my niece, who is younger than me, find good enough, because in the Black community, we definitely uphold our elders, and I definitely do as well. But I don't want this little heifer telling me what to do. I don't want her making me look after my mother. I didn't want to do it to begin with. I have a life of my own. I have a job. I have a husband, boyfriend, ex-husband. I don't know what he is. I have my kids. I'm helping my daughter with her children. I have this life that I don't want to interrupt by caregiving for my mother. You do it. You decided to give up your life, so you give up your life. Don't expect anything from me. No one would say that because it tells the truth about what your spirit is on the inside, right? Here's another hard truth. I don't want to help because I feel as though whatever assets my mother has left upon her passing, and this goes for both my mom and my aunt and a lot of the adult grandchildren, I don't want to help you with anything dealing with her because I have beliefs that I'm not going to get what I think that I am entitled to in her passing by her estate. So since I feel as though you are getting more, and who knows who anybody is getting, no one knows what's in her freaking will, I feel as though that I'm entitled to a certain percentage of her assets when she dies that I don't think I'm going to get. And as a result of that, I'm not going to help her. I think for whatever reasons, you are going to be getting more. You, LaShawn, or my family calls me LaShawn, you, Fronten'a, I think that you are going to be getting more. So then therefore, you take care of her. You take care of my mother. You take care of my grandmother. I'm not going to do a fucking thing. She's giving you some of the assets. In my opinion, she's giving you more of the assets. So you do everything. And I'm not going to even act like she even is existing. Not only am I not going to caregive for her a single day, not voluntarily, because you did have to help a little bit. And I resent you. Oh, I resent you so much. How dare you, granddaughter of said grandmother, drop off my mama at my house against my will when I told you, and I quote, "Don't you bring her over here." How dare you bring her over here anyway? How dare you force me to give you a 3-week respite break when you are the full-time sole caregiver of my mother? How dare you force me to help you do that? I told you I wasn't going to do it, and you forced me to do it. And so now I'm going to resent you. I'm going to take away any love I ever had for you. And I'm going to also leave my mother for the dead. Touche, auntie. Touche. LaShawn, I don't care that I'm your mother. How dare you expect me to look after my mother, whom in my opinion, I don't feel is worthy of me doing a thing for her because I had my relationship issues with her. Now, yes, she did do a lot for me. Yes, she did do a lot for all 9 of my children. Yes, she did. But I don't think it's enough to be justified by me giving up my life to do a single thing for her. I looked after her for 4 days and it drove me crazy. And it was the hardest thing I ever did. Yeah, you've been doing it for nearly 2 years by yourself, but I'm not going to do it. And how dare you try to force me to do it? And if you tried to bring her up here, just like I told you in those text messages that I still have, by the way, if you bring her up here and try to force me to help take care of my mother, just like you did to my sister, I am going to call the police on you and I'm going to tell them that you abandoned this woman and you're going to be in a lot of legal trouble. Yes, you sent me that picture of all that alcohol you were consuming and you asked me, your mother, for help. But I don't give a fuck about what help you need. I'm not going to be able to do it. I have that text message too. You do it. Yes, you just collapsed thinking you had a heart attack a week ago. Yes, my grandson, your 16-year-old son, is currently in the psychiatric hospital at the time this conversation took place because you and him are the 2 sole care providers. Yes, that is true. I'm not going to be able to do it. And don't you drop her off over here in the same way that you did to my sister's house. Those are hard truths that no one wants to say. Because how does that make you look? To say those things with your mouth. To say those words with your mouth. To speak that hard truth with your mouth. But see, it doesn't matter whether or not you said those hard truths with your mouth, because you said them with your heart and your actions anyway. You may as well have just fucking said that. I would at least had a little bit more respect for you to stand in your beliefs and stand in what you felt instead of your lies and your fucking excuses. Why didn't you just tell the truth? And now she's gone. And even in her death, even in her fucking death, your actions are still speaking your desire to prove the point of, I told you I wasn't going to help. You don't make me do something. You don't tell me what to do. I feel as though you were getting more than me. So you keep doing it. I am. And without the single solitary help of one single person, I have planned a funeral. I have picked out an outfit. I'm going to go and do my grandmother's nails and get her dressed. I'm going to assist them with doing her hair and makeup. I'm going to send my grandmother off beautifully. I wrote up thank you cards and sent the pictures and edited things so that my grandmother can have something that represents what she meant to me. All because you would have rather tell an easy lie than the hard truth. Because you see, the thing about it is, I'm such a logical thinking person. You could have sat me down and told me what you were feeling, and we could have had discussions about it. Because at the end of the day, if you were mad at her because you felt as though she disproportionately or whatever the thoughts or your feelings behind her will, because who knows what's in there anyway, but you could have talked to me to understand that those were her decisions, not mine. Why are you abandoning me? Even if you didn't want to be a part of the caregiving, fine. You don't support the caregiver. You can't even pick up the phone and give me a thank you for doing something I didn't want to do. I didn't have time to do. I didn't have the energy to do. I don't have the desire to do. Thank you for doing that. No. My auntie, whom I love to pieces. My mother, who's always abandoned me. Y'all could not even see it in your soul to thank me. My mom gave me some half-ass thank yous here and there, because everybody else around her was doing it. My two sisters that did help, everybody else is saying thank you for taking care of my mother or my grandmother, so I can't be the only one sitting there like not saying nothing. So I'll say it for the sheer fact of that. But she didn't appreciate that I took care of her mother by myself. All she knew is she wasn't going to do it. And that's okay, because God put me in a position where he said I was going to take you and walk you through this, and he did. The woman who's been helping me at the funeral home, God put in place for me a motherly figure that could guide me through some of these scary moments. And she's done that beautifully, effortlessly. And I'm going to send my grandmother off in a way where, hopefully, if she is looking down, she could see that I did love her. She's not here anymore. But I can go to bed every night knowing that my grandmother had to have known that I loved her. My grandmother knew I was there. My grandmother knew she could count and rely on me. Even though there were times where I was doing my best and my best didn't feel good enough. I hope y'all can do that same thing. But my gut tells me you can't. And you have to sit in that. Let's let 2024 be the year of telling the hard truths. Because those easy lies, we too grown for the easy lies. I'm 45. You guys are 20 plus years older than me. We're too old for the easy lies. Since you're already here, you might as well watch another video. I'll just put it right here for you. It's right here. It's just one little click. Go ahead. So we can be together longer, okay? Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.